Welcome to Open M.I.C. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Open M.I.C. is a music podcast. Now, in this season, we are focusing on Section 80 by Kendrick Lamar. We are doing a track-by-track breakdown of this fantastic album. Now, this is my favorite Kendrick Lamar album, so I really enjoy doing this season. Before I hit into this episode, though, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, all that type of stuff. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into our discussion of Chapter 6 by Kendrick Lamar. So before I get into my commentary and breaking down this track, I want to talk about the production. The production is handled by Tommy Black. For those who don't know who Tommy Black is, he is a record producer, songwriter from Sweden. He's worked with everybody from Kendrick, Schoolboy, Dr. Dre, rapper Big Pooh from Lil Brother. He's worked with Ab-Soul. Like, he has worked with everybody. He also has an instrumental mixtape that I think y'all should check out. The tape is called The 9 Lives of Tommy Black. I listened to it while I was doing some work. It's pretty dope. Check it out, especially if you like instrumental, like music and stuff like that. It's a dope project, I think. You should check it out. He's also produced like one of the most notable songs for me, The Book of Soul by Ab-Soul. Now, that's not a song that you're going to turn up to, guys. I just want to put that out there. It is a very emotional song. So if your emotions are kind of high, I don't recommend you listen to it, but I do recommend you listen to it because it's a great song. But if your emotions are high, maybe like wait till you're in a different mood. You know what? I'm gonna give y'all a little preview of that song too, because I love that song so much. So let me give y'all a preview of The Book of Soul by Ab-Soul.
Your mama told me read the book of Job. They should have called it the Book of Soul. I came into this hurtful earth in perfect health. Called Steven Johnson syndrome when I was 10 years old. Internal and external fever, 80.
Now, let's talk about this track. This song samples Hey by We Are Kings. The sample appears at like 205 of their song, and you can hear it throughout the whole entire interlude. Also, check out We Are King. Like, they are dope. I've been trying to find that vinyl for I don't know how long. I have not seen it yet, and I want to see this one in person. But I'm gonna play the sample for y'all so y'all know what the sample is. All right, so the interlude is a pretty quick interlude. You know, it's not like verses or anything like that. It's literally like a chorus and stuff like that. And I was tempted to honestly combine this episode with the next episode because the songs kind of go hand in hand together. Hence, it's a concept album. But I was like, you know what? Let me give this one its own episode because the chorus is very important. So the chorus of the song goes, riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. Young, wild, and reckless is how we live life. Pray we make it to 21. One. Ooh. All right, I was about to start singing. I was getting into it. I tried my best not to, I was about to get into it. I was about to start vibing. You feel me? I was about to riding with the boys and girls. And anyways, y'all didn't come here for that. But that chorus to me is very important for a lot of reasons. Because one, it continues to critique the culture that Kendrick is talking about on this album, the drug use, the poverty, the government, created by Ronald Reagan. I want to put that out there. Ronald Reagan created these problems. The reckless behavior of those who grew up in the 80s or was born in the 80s and all that type of stuff based off of the politics by, you guessed it, Ronald Reagan, that made them have to do these things and live the life that they live. So the environment that Kendrick is talking about and the critiques that he's talking about is something you see throughout the album. It's also something you see throughout most of his music. But him saying the line that's really important to me is pray that we make it to 21, because as somebody who grew up in not the best neighborhood, now I've always heard to 25, pray that we make it to 25, but I know so many people who did not make it to 21. And some of them, whether they didn't make it because they are no longer here, or they didn't make it because they are in prison now. So they're still alive, but they didn't make it. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? They did not survive. They are in jail for the rest of their life. Some of them will never see the light of day. You feel me? They went in a young boy, and now they're going to come out 70 years old. That's kind of crazy to me. But this is a popular thing, a popular saying, because these environments are so rough, they're so tough, they're so hard to make it out of. Like, making it to 21 or 25 is an accomplishment in itself because of how harsh these environments are. And nobody but, you guessed it, Ronald Reagan, he created these problems. He created these problems that these kids are going through, these people are going through. I went through, you know what I'm saying? Like, making it to how old? I'm 32. I was thinking about when this episode is going to come out. I'll still be 32. And like, there's sometimes that I just be like, man, I made it to 32. Some of the stuff I've seen, some of the people I know, they ain't make it that far. They not surviving, you know, and it continues to critique. And though he's not saying much in this song, like, it's just that chorus repeated, it is saying a lot. And that's why I didn't want to give this a separate combined 2 episodes, because that chorus is saying a lot, and it's very important to what he's critiquing, the environments that we are growing up in, you know. Also, the narrator, what he says in this is also important, because in his he's talking about the Ronald Reagan era, young men's trying to survive. Like, they grew up being spiteful because they had to, you know, they didn't have no other options. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to speak up for this generation? Who's going to be the person to stop this? You know, like, too many times we hear, like, live fast, die young. And I actually hate that. I hate that. Live fast, die young. Because why? Why can't we live long? Why we got to die young? Live fast, live long. Like, we have to grow up earlier than we should have. We see a lot of black boys, a lot of black girls, a lot of brown boys, a lot of brown girls. They have to grow up faster than they should. They can't be a child. That sucks. And these problems are not created by these kids. They're created by these people in charge. In particular, for this album's critique, Ronald Reagan. For us right now, Donald Trump. You know, these billionaires. They are the people who put us in these positions. Like, who's willing to change what we got going on? That's what this album is saying. That's what this critique is. Who's willing to change this? You know, we learn to live fast and die young, to be dangerous. But that's not a good thing. You know, we learn to be spiteful. We learn to be how to cut corners. We learn how to survive, basically, at a young age. You feel me? Like, people have to grow up sooner than they should. When you see poverty, you just got to grow up. Some people got to work earlier. Some people got to, like, take care of their siblings because their parents are working 2 jobs. Like, you got to do a lot. And these are based off the policies that was set up by Reagan. Like, he was cutting Section 8. He was cutting food government, like with the welfare queen stuff. He was cutting things and making it seem like these people weren't hard workers. These people were just taking advantage of the system. And at the same time, he was enriching his billionaire friends. Something we are seeing right now. We are literally seeing right now. You know, I'm going to touch on that in the next episode, the Ronald Reagan era. You know, we're going to touch on that. But he made his billionaire friends a lot of money. A lot of money. The people who revere Ronald Reagan, the people who talk about Ronald Reagan in a way that's so positive, just question them a little bit. Question why they liked him so much. Just ask that one question. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to have to do with they got richer. or poor people got locked up. Black and brown struggled. That's why they like Ronald Reagan. I personally dislike Ronald Reagan a lot. It's going to come across even more in the next episode. But this has been Open Mic. I've been your boy Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, man. Rate us 5 stars, man. I appreciate anybody who even clicks on the video. I appreciate anybody who just gives me a minute of their time, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't have to. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here and watch me. I appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace. Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. Young, wild, and reckless is how we live life. Pray that we make it to 21. One. Ooh, we make it to 21. One. Ooh. Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All right. Peace.